morning, everybody. So, I was just wanting to do an update on my doctor's appointment, which was actually on the 4th, February 4th, and today is February 6th. I didn't get to do an update video right away because my son got sick with the stomach flu that's been going around, and I've been taking care of him. So, but anyway, we went to the doctor's appointment that you heard me talk about in the last video, and when I got there, my doctor knows me pretty well, and he didn't go in with like urine analysis or anything. He went ahead and did an examination, and while he was down there, once again he said, well, again, your body is consistent with pregnancy. Your cervix is consistent with pregnancy. And this is a nifty little factoid, but in the old days, that's how doctors could tell that women were pregnant. During an examination, their cervix would turn a bluish-purple tint. But women with PCOS have the same symptom, so it's not reliable anymore, which is why doctors don't really use it anymore. But, you know, of course, he said that, and he said, but shame on us, because that's what happened last time. So he told the nurse, he said, go ahead and order a beta blood test on her anyway, just in case. And you know, he went to look back in there again, and he said, you know, I hate to say this, but your cervical mucus is consistent with ovulation. And I said, no way. I ovulated on cycle day 17. I know that I ovulated already. And he said, well, I could be wrong, but, you know, we'll check it anyway. And he took a swab and he handed it to the nurse and he told her to put it on a slide. So, I got dressed and everything, and I followed him. He let me go into the lab, and we looked at it under the slide. He looked at it in the microscope, and then he pushed it over to me, and he said, have a look. So I looked in there, and it was beautiful. It looked like this long strip of snowflakes. That's what I think it looked like, but it's actually called a ferning pattern, which happens in your cervical mucus and your saliva when you ovulate. You know, normally it would just have little spots and things like that, but when you're ovulating, it turns into this whole crystallized ferning pattern, and to me it looked like snowflakes. So he said, your mucus is ferning, you're ovulating. And I was just mind blown, like, you know, trying to figure it out. I mean, I had the ovulation pain, you know, on cycle day 17, which is normally when I have it. My cycles have been regular. They've been between 28 and 31 days because I've been exercising and dieting and everything. You know, I've been, because I know that it works that way. So, I was a little confused, but we went ahead and waited for the blood work anyway. And in the blood work, he said that what happened was I actually had a cyst burst. And it was a small cyst, obviously, because I've had big cyst bursts, and I can tell the difference. This one didn't really hurt as much. It felt pretty much the same as ovulating. It really did. So, apparently I had a cyst burst, and in women with PCOS, when you have a cyst that bursts, it interrupts your entire cycle. It throws off your hormonal balance, and it causes you to not ovulate, or it causes you to ovulate much later. So that's the case here. So instead of ovulating on cycle day 17 like normal, I ovulated on cycle day 43. I think I'm on 45 right now. I don't know. I have a little date book I keep all my stuff in, but I left it in the car after the appointment. So I can't pull it out and look at it right now. But, so that was, wow. And I did ask him what was up with the spotting. And he said he really wasn't sure. It could have been from the cyst bursting, but because that was so many cycle days ago, he wasn't really sure. And I'm obviously not having a period, I'm ovulating, so that's not what that's about. He said that some women do actually spot when they ovulate, but I've never had that happen before. So it was a little iffy. But the swab test and the blood work and everything didn't indicate any issues. So I guess maybe it is ovulating. I don't know. Maybe my body's just doing something differently this time. Whatever. So he said, "You're ovulating. You better get to it." So I told my husband. We drove home, but he had to go to work like immediately after the doctor's appointment. So he dropped us off here. He went to work, and I was waiting for him to come home. He comes home at 11, but that night he came home at 10 o'clock. He came home an hour early. So we were on our way to the bedroom, and the next thing you know, little man wakes up, and he's throwing up everywhere. Our baby dancing was interrupted by the stomach flu. This is one of the many joys of being a toddler mommy. Normally it's not puke though that they're waking up with, they just wake up at inappropriate times. So baby dancing was interrupted. We didn't really get to it. We ended up falling asleep in his room with him, in his big race car bed. So we went ahead and tried to do it again last night after he got off work, and I'm hoping so very much that we managed to catch that little egg. So I really don't know. I'm hoping, but maybe, maybe not. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. So that's really about it, I guess, until 2 weeks from now.
I chose to get vaccinated because I'll do everything I can.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else. So thanks for watching, and keep a lookout, and I guess I'll have an update in about 2 weeks.